Hi, it's a week into me leaving Sussex for Europe, and it's been a long 7 days of traveling. I've traveled, I think it's nearly 900 miles now, and I've gone through 5 countries. France, Belgium, um, oh my goodness, the Netherlands, Germany, and now I'm in Denmark. Um, I'm feeling a bit tired at the moment. I did a long journey for me today in the rain, my first rain day since I've been abroad, which took 4 hours. But I'm now settled in a lovely nature reserve. And although it's raining at the moment, I'm looking forward to tomorrow when the sun looks like it's going to be shining. Um, so, before I left a week ago, I was feeling anxious about leaving the UK because this was my next step um, in my journey, and going back and spending 5 weeks in Sussex around my friends and children, as you can hear in my voice, was pretty emotional. And Yeah, I had to go through the leaving thing all over again. So that is done. I got the van ready um, to leave, and my last night I spent with my friends Michelle and John in Shoreham. And it was Sunday, the men's finals day of Wimbledon. So we had Pimm's, and Michelle cooked me a lovely home cooked fish pie, which was very nice. And Also, my mum made me a really nice good luck card. Um, I'm hoping that yeah, I make my own luck along the way. And so then it was time to leave and to drive to Folkestone to get on the Eurotunnel and go to France. Scary, living shut into our little compartments. It was quite late in the afternoon when I arrived in France, so I headed to a little place called Gravelines. I'm not sure if that's how you say it, but a very small village not far from Calais, and yeah, in between Calais and Dunkirk. And it was the perfect place to stay the night, right on the estuary of the river. Had an amazing beach there, um, as you can see from the photos. Um, the following day, I headed to Dunkirk, which was very emotional. Um, while I'm doing this video, just to help me to remember everything that I've done, I've actually got my photos up in front of me. So if you see me clicking or looking elsewhere, that is just because I am following my photos so that, yeah, they all line up okay for my video. And I'm sure I'm going to get better at this video editing as we go along. From France, then I headed into Belgium, and I stopped in a nature reserve, um, in a place called Lokeren, which is about 20 kilometers south of Antwerp. So it's the perfect place to stay the night before going to Antwerp. And then the next day I got on, no, the park and ride. So I drove to the park and ride and visited the city of Antwerp, which was very beautiful and was a very sunny day, as you'll be able to see from the photos that I took. So from Antwerp, I then headed to The Hague and wasn't quite sure where I was going to stay in The Hague. Um, and but as I drove in, there was this amazing park, and so yeah, I basically kind of investigated the park and just found this one free, there was a road, just one road that was free, parking was free. And I spotted it because there were other vans there. So that's always good advice. If you're trying to find somewhere to park, if you spot some other vans, it's normally the place. So there's this beautiful park in the middle of The Hague, and they have a rose garden there with the roses. The smell of the roses was absolutely amazing, and it was absolutely vast. Um, and so, yeah, I took my bicycle as well into The Hague because that's the only way you can travel in the city of Hague. Or walking, of course, but bicycle is brilliant, and everybody uses their bicycles. So I visited, yeah, all the places you should visit. So the Parliament buildings, the Palace, and the Peace Palace, as well, which is the International Court of Justice. I think I've got that right. Um, yeah. So then further into yeah, the Netherlands, and amazingly, I was expecting to see loads of windmills, and I think they've been all replaced by wind turbines or something. Because I saw a few, but nowhere as near as many as I thought I was going to see. But maybe that's just because of the area that I was traveling in. And I decided to take the scenic route over the dam that goes between two parts of the Netherlands, and you'll be able to see it's like a 32-kilometer long dam. And I was a little bit apprehensive about using it because I'm not so great with bridges or heights um, over water, but actually it wasn't that high. And yeah, once I got used to it, it was absolutely fine. But an amazing piece of development, I have to say. So here I am in the Netherlands, standing on what must be the longest, greatest piece of tarmac that has been made that crosses land across the sea. So this is the side here, around, and in a minute we'll see Lucy just down there. And the road just goes on. And then over here, try and cross the road without getting run over. Woo, nearly tripped over. It's basically the sea. And I think in the distance you can just about see some landmass. But here we go. This, well, it's not a dam, but I guess it is kind of a dam. It's holding back the sea. Let's hope there's never a tsunami here. So from there, I then headed to a place called Amen, which was basically a night stopover, but there are I get the right word now, Hanundan stones. So they are very, very old stones that we use, burial stones. So it's basically a burial ground from 5,000 years ago. I believe that's right. I might need to check that. But anyway, so again, I took my bicycle and cycled through the forest there because, yeah, more nature reserves. You'll always find me. It's Hunbedden, that's what it's actually called. Um, and yeah, so I always head towards nature. And from there, the next day, I headed out to find some more of these stones, and you will see that I have used my drone, which I was very excited about. And I'm not very good with it at the moment, and I have edited the video a bit, so I'm sure I'm going to get better as time goes by, but it will give you a good idea of what these Hunbedden stones are like. Um, so on from there towards Germany, um, and there were bridges, um, and of course, when you're driving at 60 miles an hour, you can't just stop on a road where there's nowhere to stop. So I just have to keep going, and I did, and I even managed to look to see the views, which were amazing, of course. So I am getting more used to the bridges. Um, so on my way, obviously I headed towards Hamburg. Went past Hamburg, didn't want to stop in Hamburg, because I had quite a few miles to travel. And but I did go to a place called Wacom, which is where my friend Raymond is going to be in a couple of weeks at the 30th anniversary of the biggest festival for metal fans. They're called Metalheads. And so I dropped by there to take a few pictures of the preparations that they're already making. It's a tiny little sleepy village in Germany, and I can't believe that apparently 90,000 metalheads are going to descend on this little village. And yeah, I wish that I'd actually had a ticket for it because it looks like it's going to be enormous fun. So then I I've decided that my stopover was going to be on this peninsula called Strad, something like that. Yes, there's some pictures of where it was actually, um, which is basically in the North Sea. And I thought it would be interesting, and of course it was. And you'll see some pictures of. I found an amazing place to stay the night there. And again, or most of it was car parks that you had to pay for. But if you just are brave enough just to drive normally to the very end, which is what I did because that's where the ferry was, and then there was a small little road, and it went round this tiny little lake, and there was the perfect place to stay the night. So yeah, when you're wild camping, just be brave. And that brings me to today, really. And I woke up to the rain. It's been raining all day. And it was a slow drive to get here, and I'm finally in Denmark. Um, so my fifth country, and again, yes, I'm in a nature reserve, and I've managed to find this beautiful spot that tomorrow, when the sun is shining, I know is going to be absolutely amazing to wake up to. Um, and I'm very excited. That's on Thursday. I don't know why I'm so emotional about it, but I'm going to be in Norway, and I can't wait. it's been a long time coming to um, really spend some quality time with myself in nature. So I'm really looking forward to that. And yeah, I hope that yeah, join me on that journey because I will record. I'm going to go up all the west coast of Norway, up the fjords, all the way to the top to the Lofoten Islands, and it's going to take me until September to get up there. So I'm going to be doing plenty of exploring. So if you're interested in Norway, or even if you're not, please follow me and thank you.